Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time again to count down the 10 coldest cards of the week. And if you're looking for some deals, this video might point you in the right direction. As always, our coldest cards are determined by two things. First, we want to look at the percentage decrease in the value of the cards. And secondly, we want to see a true decrease in the number of sales out there. One quick thing though before we get into our top 10, I do want to say thank you to one of our silver patrons, Josh. Josh, thank you for your support. It really goes a long way to help the channel. I can't thank you enough. I really couldn't do this without viewers like yourself. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. Thank you, Josh, for all the support you've given us. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Slicer Hired Muscle. This goes down $1.04 to $3.50. That's a 23% decrease. So this is one of the Transformers cards from the Brothers War, and it has been a fairly popular commander. It's even been a card that some have picked up to upgrade the Murders at Carlisle Manor commander deck Blame game, or to put it in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there, Nelly Borka Impulsive Accuser. Regardless though, with so many new products coming out, many commander players are moving on to new strategies and trying out new cards, leaving Slicer Hired Muscle to cool off. Did you notice how he transformed there when we were looking at Nelly? Pretty cool, huh? Number 9 is Tomb Fortress. This goes down $1.13 to $2.38. That's a 32% decrease. This is from the Warhammer 40k Necron Dynasties commander deck, and it has seen some commander play in a number of different builds. The most popular are Zarek the Silent King and Imhotep the Stormlord. Makes sense since they're both in the same precon as Tomb Fortress. But again, as players move on to new cards and new strategies, we see some older commander cards cooling off. Number 8 is Gyerson Starn Kellermorph. This goes down $1.34 to $8.96. That's a 13% decrease. This is from the Warhammer 40k Tyranid Swarm commander deck, and it remains a very popular commander. Plus, it's in the 99 of a few builds, like Nekuzar the Mindraiser, for example. But again, with all the new products coming, especially considering how many are designed specifically for commander, players are just moving on. Number 7 is Haunted One. This is down $1.46 to $7.79. That's a 16% decrease. And you might remember this was moving down 16% last week too. We're looking at the foil copy from the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate Mind Flayers commander deck. This card saw a big bump prior to the release of Lost Caverns of Ixalan, as many commander players were anticipating the increased support for pirates, vampires, and horror creatures. Fast forward to today, where this is still a good card in some commander builds. The most popular is still Captain Gathrod from Haunted One's precon, but players are moving on to other things again, so this retracts some. But overall, the price is still higher than it was before the jump in December. Number 6 is Mogis God of Slaughter from Born of the Gods. It goes down $1.51 to $8.76 for a 15% decrease. Stop me if you've heard this one. Solid commander, and it's in the 99 of some builds, but it just isn't in the spotlight right now, so we see it going down. Number 5 is Baloth Baratil Entertainer. This is down $1.53 to $9.89. That's a 13% decrease, and this is the foil copy from the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate Draconic Descent commander deck. You might remember this was in our top 10 hot cards video 2 weeks ago. Last week it did make the cold list. This week it remains there. It has been a fairly popular commander and used in the 99 of some builds, but recently there was more demand on this card thanks to Murders at Carlisle Manor. Some players wanted this to upgrade the new Blame game commander deck, or others just wanted to put it in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there, Nelly Borka Impulsive Accuser. Still, other players are putting it in Aurelia the Lord Above builds from the main set, but the most popular deck to throw Baloth in is currently Voja Jaws of the Conclave. That is one of the pre-release cards. If you've been watching these videos for a while, you know we see this frequently. A card spikes and then sellers bring more copies to the marketplace. Next thing you know, it's retracting, but Baloth is still higher than before the latest spike. Number 4 is Unexplained Absence. This goes down $1.54 to $6.17 for a 20% decrease. This is from the Murders at Carlisle Manor Deadly Disguise commander deck, and it's not just seeing play in builds around the front-facing commander from that deck, which is Kaust Eyes of the Glade, if you're wondering, but it is a card that many commander players are interested in putting in a number of different builds, including Teysa Opulent Oligarch from the main set, and Voja Jaws of the Conclave again. Because of the play it has been seeing, Unexplained Absence did come out hot last week and made our top 10 hot list as a matter of fact. This week though, it is dropping as more copies get into players' hands. Right now it is only down a little bit from the recent spike, but we'll have to watch to see where the price eventually lands. Number 3 is Resurrection Orb. This goes down $1.89 to $5.59. That's a 25% decrease. This one is also from the Warhammer 40k Necron Dynasties Commander deck. Those Warhammer deck cards cooling off is kind of a theme this week. Solid Commander card here though. It's in a bunch of decks, including Zarek the Silent King from the same precon, but there are a lot of new cards and strategies to try out for Commander, so this one moves down this week. Number 2 is Cryptothrull. This goes down $2.17 to $3.80 for a 36% decrease. Another card from the Warhammer 40k Necron Dynasties Commander deck. This one was hot not just because it's in Zarek the Silent King decks, but because it has been in a number of other recent artifact-centric builds. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that the Brothers' War was out, and most recently some players wanted this to upgrade the Doctor Who Masters of Evil Commander deck. And at the same time, other players just wanted it in fresh builds around the front-facing Commander from there, as Shad the Lone Cyberman. This week though, we see some retraction after the recent increases. And coming in at number 1 is Leyline of the Guild Pack, down $2.72 to $16.05. That's a 14% decrease. So this is the second week in a row this has made our top 10 cold list. It is one of the bigger cards for Murders at Karlov Manor, and upon its release it did spike pretty aggressively due to the play it was seeing, but as early as last week it did retract, trying to find its price point. Now when I'm talking gameplay, I'm talking about significant gameplay. 4 of these are in Modern Domain Rhinos, which was one of the breakout decks recently in the regional championship tournaments. It came in 7th and 9th place in Ottawa and 2nd place in Denver. Additionally, Leyline of the Guild Pact has been in traditional Modern Domain Zoo and Crushing Footfalls builds, among other decks there. It also shows up now in Legacy Beanstalk, Control, and Temur Cascade, as well as Pioneer Nykthos Ramp. Not to mention, we're seeing it in a bunch of Commander builds too. This does, however, continue to retract after the big spike it saw right when it was coming out. More product is being opened, more of these are getting into players' hands as well, but I would keep an eye on this one. The amount of play that it is seeing makes me think it is going to stabilize relatively quickly. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, and hopefully you saw some cards here that you feel like you might be able to go ahead and purchase, get a deal or two out there. And remember, when cards are moving down, sometimes you can get them even cheaper than the prices you see in the video, because sellers may be a little more motivated to move them. Anyway, if you're wondering what cards are hot this week, check out our video from yesterday where we went over the top 10 hot cards of the week. And on either Thursday or Friday, my plan is to do another stream. Not 100% yet, but most likely I'll be able to do it probably Friday afternoon again. So make sure your notifications are on, that way you'll know when we go live. Thanks to everybody who joined us last Friday, and hope to see all of you and more this coming Friday. Until next time, that way, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.